Good evening, everybody. Swamp Fox News, Cooks and Reviews coming at you with another 7 o'clock newscast, news blast. Sit back and enjoy the show of police corruption. I'm going to let a couple people get in here before I start. I hope everybody's doing well. Oregon Rogue, Patricia Walton. How y'all doing tonight? Thank y'all for being here. Everybody make sure y'all smash that like button on the way in. Seems like some of y'all forget on the way out. Louie, what's going on, my brother? I see you was calling, but this is the phone I'm live streaming from, so I have to call you afterwards. And I gave you my other number, Louie. I'm going to get you, boy. I'm messing with you. If you call me on the 709 number, though, Louie, that's faster and easier to get with me. And then you won't catch me in the middle of a live stream. But you're welcome to call me anytime on any number, brother. But I hope y'all doing well. All right. I got 3 in chat. It says I got 12 on board so far. Got some more coming in. All right, y'all smash that like button. Michigan man, good evening to you. Thank you for being here. Is that your baby in the picture? I love babies. Or is that just a generic picture? If you don't mind me asking. All right, I got a really good action-packed show tonight. I see 1 or 2 dropped off. Y'all need to stick around. Got some great stories and videos. So, anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to give it about 30, 45 more seconds, then I'm going to start the show. Really good videos, y'all. Stick around. Action-packed. Granddaughter, cool. Very beautiful. It's cold in Flint, Michigan right now. I heard that. I seen a lot of snow. I don't. And Road Hog Kennel was doing a live stream earlier. It's snowing bad where he's at. Beautiful granddaughter, Michigan man. That's awesome. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start the show now that I got some more people in the house. I hope y'all enjoy. This first one is about a disgusting pig cop. This story is by Keith Palmer, y'all. Keith Palmer. Hawaii cop admits to making homeless man lick toilet not to be arrested. I mean, this is how disgusting these people are. You know, he's holding this man's hands and life in his hands. And so, in order for him not to arrest him, he decides that, okay, lick the toilet and, I'll let you go. It's just how disgusting these people are. A Hawaii cop has pled guilty to making a homeless man lick a toilet to avoid arrest. On December 16th, Honolulu police officer John Rabago admitted that he instructed a homeless man to lick a public urinal if he wanted to avoid being arrested. The homeless man has been identified as 37-year-old Samuel Engel. PNAC News, which is Photography is Not a Crime. Did y'all see my new shirt I posted earlier that I got from them? It's pretty bad. Nice. News reported earlier this year how Rabago was charged with conspiring to deprive Engel of his civil rights in connection with January 28, 2018 incident in Honolulu. So this cop is targeting this guy. It's not his first time he's targeted this guy for something. It's the first time he made him lick that. Rabago originally lied and denied the accusations, but admitted Monday in court that he told Engel that he would not be arrested if he licked the urinal. Engel complied, stating that he would do anything to stay out of jail. U.S. District Judge Leslie Kobaushi said Rabago's threats wasn't a mistake or miscommunication. Kobaushi stated in court, "You knowingly and willfully forced Engel to lick the urinal." So she made him do it. No, I'm just playing. I wish she would have, though. KTAR News reports that on the day of the incident, officers were responding to a nuisance complaint when they found Engel in the public restroom. Rabago and Officer Renaud Remeos were in the bathroom with Engel when Rabago repeatedly instructed Engel to lick the urinal. then told Ramos to close the door so the camera would not catch what had happened next. So the other cop followed suit. Once again, no good cops, because how did this second cop let this happen? Once defiant, Ramos closed the bathroom door, or defendant, I'm sorry. Ramos closed the bathroom door. Co-defendant Ribeiro again instructed Engel to lick the urinal. The victim then reluctantly knelt down before the urinal and licked the urinal. Co-defendant, I guess they both did get arrested, thank God. Ribeiro then allowed Engel to gather his possessions and leave the bathroom. Ribeiro followed Engel out of the bathroom and laughed as he told officers outside what had just happened. So all the other officers should also be fired. Ribeiro said that the incident was just like what happened at Cartwright Field when he had told a man that he would avoid arrest only if he stuck his head in a toilet, according to court documents. Man, and they let these people, after doing this to citizens, I don't care if they're homeless or not, they're still human beings, to let these animals treat citizens this way, and they leave them on the force to continue the pattern of harassment. They wonder why cops are targeted. They wonder why cops are hated. It's because they bring the hate on themselves. Later, Ribeiro Ramirez learned that the department and the FBI were investigating what had happened. Ribeiro told Ramirez to delete text messages about the incident and tell investigators that he was joking when he told Engel to lick the urinal. Ramos was also charged with conspiring to deprive Engel of his civil rights, but pled guilty to a lesser charge after agreeing to cooperate with investigators. Ribeiro has been on restrictive duty and is expected to be fired. He could be sentenced to 30 months in prison. So he's still been on duty, still getting paid, still violating people's rights, and we're still paying for it. I mean, it's a travesty, y'all. But this is what happens every day in the United States justice system, where for us, there is no justice. Alrighty. Alright, this next story is going to make you sick. Again, people, if you can homeschool your kids, it is best to do so. You're about to once again watch a so-called law enforcement officer slam a young girl to the floor. Okay? This is absolutely disgusting. Okay. It says, watch North Carolina school cop caught on video body slamming a child under 12 years old. Maybe it wasn't a girl. Let me read it long. The Vance County Sheriff's deputy body slammed the child twice in the latest example of why placing cops in school is a bad idea. A North Carolina school resource officer was caught on video body slamming a child under the age of 12 twice for no apparent reason, at least none that involved the deputy's safety. The Vance County Sheriff's deputy is more than twice the child's size. The incident took place in Vance County Middle School. It is not clear when the incident took place, but the video surfaced Friday. The deputy, who has not been named, has been placed on paid. Once again, he's on video, so there's no disputing the fact that he slammed this child to the floor 2 times, but yet he is on somehow paid administrative leave as Internal Affairs conducts an investigation. Okay, how much more do you need to investigate? The video does not lie. I don't even care what he says, the kid says to him or said to him or whatever. The video don't lie. So why is he getting paid? Why is he not already in jail? The video shows a student wearing a red top and the school resource officer in uniform walking toward the camera side by side. The officer stops, reaches out, lifts the student against the wall, flips the child head down, and slams the child to the floor. The officer then bends over, drags the student to a standing position, and lets him drop a second time. As the video ends, the officer drags the student towards the camera. The officer appears to be dragging the student by his shirt. Emma Williams is a grandmother of Vance Middle School 6th grader. She couldn't believe what she was seeing on the video. Regardless of how kids act, what kids say. The person that's a grown man and the job you gotta have standards, she said, is disturbing. The school reported the incident of central office on Thursday, and then the sheriff's was brought in. Mike Waters, district attorney in Vance County, said Bram acted quickly when the video was brought to his attention. He asked for help to investigate. I've been able to assure the family that this is being conducted appropriately, Waters said. Yeah, whatever. Y'all watch the video and tell me what you think.
2. A deputy is on leave after video surfaced of a child being slammed to the ground twice at Vance County Middle School. Sheriff Curtis Brame said the Vance County school system filed a complaint concerning the assault, and the matter has been handed to the SBI.
You wouldn't even have to worry about calling the police if that was my kid.
The video shows
you'd be calling
the
police on me because he'd be in the
down
morgue.
A hall before the deputy picks up the child and throws him to the ground. The deputy then picks up the child again and throws him to the ground again.
Okay. This is all Creative Commons fair use for education purposes. So basically, I read it and you've seen the video. I mean, what do y'all think about that? Do y'all agree with me that, number one, if you can pull your kids out of these satanic public schools and homeschool them, if you can afford it and have the means to do so, that's what you should do? And then two, if you can't, you got to send them to public schools. Don't y'all agree that there shouldn't be no cops in schools? They just shouldn't be there. Yeah, I am too, James Barnes. I'm definitely tired of it. It's sickening. Kansas City, Bob, thank you for being here. Patrick D. Canberra, let's make you a mod. I appreciate you being here. Come back, join our chat, be a part of our family. We welcome everybody. I got plenty more stories, guys. I'm just going to say hi to a few people. Article for 4 section. Thank you for being here. Kansas City Bob, Michigan Man, Louis. One Panda Army. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all go to each other's channels now. This is also a small channel, Levathon. Follow each other's channels now. We're trying to get everybody over 1,000. And at the end, I'll discuss how to get the watch hours. Real easy. So everybody gets their 4,000 watch hours. But Kansas City Bob, glad to see you back, brother. Been a minute. Hope you've been doing well. Patricia Walton, thank you for being here. All right, Patrick DeCamera. All right, I'm going to get back to the next story, y'all. Florida deputy fired for slamming teen's head into pavement in viral video. So once again, these rogue, overpaid cops are treating our children, I mean, terrible. Give me a minute. Florida deputy fired for slamming teen's head into pavement in viral video. Fired, thank God. Broward County Sheriff's Deputy Christopher Krikovich is still facing criminal charges, as he should be. A South Florida sheriff's deputy has been fired for slamming a 15-year-old boy's head on the pavement, then punching him in the face after claiming the teen had an aggressive stance. The teen, DeLuca Rowley, was only trying to grab a cell phone another teen had dropped while getting arrested for trespassing. Rowley was left with a fractured nose and head injuries, as well as a bogus charge of battery on an officer and resisting arrest. Those charges were dismissed 2 weeks later after video went viral, sparking protests and negative news coverage for an agency no stranger to bad publicity. Charges were then filed against 3 deputies involved in Rowley's arrest, including 2 who had pepper sprayed him and one who went along with the cover-up in his report. See, that's what they do. Again, all 3 of these cops covered for each other, lied for each other, and to try to destroy a young 15-year-old boy's life. Do y'all imagine him getting arrested and having these felony charges on him would follow him for life? And that's what they do. They don't care. They're sick Satanists, and that's who they hire. This is who these people hire. Earlier today, Broward Sheriff Gregory Tony announced the termination of Deputy Christopher Krickovich, who is allegedly charged with 5 misdemeanors from the incident. Misdemeanors. Now, they was going to charge the boy with a felony of assault on a police officer, but yet they're going to charge this guy with just misdemeanors. You see how it works? Um, Krikovich's arrest report spews the usual bullcrap, which it says the other word, cops use when trying to justify abuse, claiming Roll took an aggressive stance and bladed his body and was clenching his fist. That is all textbook lies police are trained to use, which is why almost every arrest report of an unlawful arrest reads the same. Sometimes they use words like belligerent and phrases like tensed his body, especially when you don't allow them to body slam you. It's all lies. And they never leave out the most important lie of all, the word fear or some variant of it. I'll let y'all watch the video. But also, I hate to say it, Mexican Badilla, um, due to lack of funds, really took a plea and pled guilty to charges that he wasn't guilty of. I don't know if y'all heard that yet or not. That broke my heart. It really did. I mean, it's that's how they do you. They made him sit in jail for 7 months away from his family, essentially have no money. He's finally out, and his choice was, with no good lawyer to, you know, fight the case, he pled guilty to charges that, if you watch the video, he wasn't guilty of. And so, is that justice? No, because then if he would have been found guilty, they would have put him in prison for many more years. So now he's on 2 years supervised probation. He can't go back to Leon Valley, and he can't harass cops and all that other stuff, so it says. But I'll bring that story tomorrow. It just has got me upset right now that a good person has been traumatized and forced to take charges that are false in order to be with his family and not be persecuted. So, is this First Amendment auditing really working, or are they fighting back so hard? Are we gonna fight back, or are we gonna let them win? That's the choice we have to make. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. Come on. What's wrong with my stupid computer? I gotta get it. I'm gonna get another one. Man, and it's just so disgusting how these people treat our children, man. It's how they treat us. It's how they treat our kids, though. They don't even care about kids, and they're put in these schools with them, and it's like they're tyrants, and we're supposed to trust them to protect our kids. I don't know how. This is a sad video, y'all. Video surfaces capturing death of second innocent man in the botched UPS police shooting, of course. Where innocent people get killed because the police are stupid and they open fire in the middle of crowded cars or an interstate with cars all around. They also killed the innocent UPS driver that, was carjacked because they're ignorant. men were recorded when the dead man's car crashed into their car. So sad. Most of the news stations that recorded the latest Wild West shoot 'em up act of public safety by the South Florida cops have blurred the most important part of the video, which shows the UPS driver behind the armed suspect who was shooting at police. But the family of the UPS driver, Frank Ordonzo, was watching the unedited live stream and clearly saw their loved one being killed by police, even though police have yet to admit to the shooting. Of course they ain't going to admit to it. Shoot, they're Satanists. They won't tell the truth. And now a video has surfaced capturing a portion of the second victim's death. Rick Cutshaw, a 70-year-old union representative who was 2 years away from retiring, was probably on his way home from work, as many people were during the rush hour Thursday in Broward County. The video was recorded by a frantic son trying to keep his father from being shot. The son was sitting in the passenger seat with his father driving. They were stopped at the intersection as the police pursuit approached, the sirens wailing and helicopters flying above. Speaking in Spanish, they both sounded excited as the pursuit approached them. Both had their phones recording. The video shows more than a dozen people scurrying across the street in the direction of the sirens as if to catch a bus. At the 30-second seconds in the video, shots ring out, sending the pedestrians running. I'll let y'all watch the video.
Míralo, sí, sí, sí. Míralo, míralo, míralo. No, bueno, loco. Nah. Ay, lo van a agarrar ahí porque el tráfico no se mueve. Nah, bueno. Mira los helicópteros y todo. Ahí lo agarraron, ahí fue que lo agarraron. Mira, 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 mira cómo lo tapan por ahí. Escucha, escucha. Sube la antena, sube la antena, sube la antena, sube la antena. Sube la antena.
They're just opening fire with everybody standing around and walking around and cars all around.
Agáchate, papá, agáchate, agáchate. Agáchate, agáchate, agáchate. Agáchate, papá. Papá, agáchate, por favor. Papá, agáchate, por favor, agáchate. Agáchate, agáchate. Agáchate, 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 agáchate. Ey, el tipo le dieron y lo mataron.
See, the car just ran into him. That guy's dead now.
Agáchate, 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 papá. Papá, agáchate.
That car just ran and hit the front of their car.
Mira, mira,
The kid's pleading
papá.
for his father to get down.
Ven
Get
aquí, ven
down.
aquí. Ven aquí. Ven. Papá. Papá, papá.
The police are the terrorists. They're the domestic terrorists.
Papá.
The UPS driver was also killed. What a shame. What a shame. 70 years old. Made it that far in life. Only to look at the UPS driver. 27. Didn't even have a life yet. Yeah, go ahead and cop-splain why you killed innocent people. We know. We know. Idiots. Idiots, man. They make me sick. Oh, dear Lord, please bless the families of these slain victims, of these stupid cops that they'll just give anybody badges and guns. Badges and guns. This is another innocent person video. Miami-Dade cops accused of shooting innocent person in crossfire once again. It never ends how stupid these idiots are. Twice in 2 days, Miami-Dade police have been accused of recklessly firing their guns and striking innocent citizens. one day before Miami-Dade cops fired more than 200 bullets at a UPS truck whose driver had been taken hostage, leaving 2 innocent people dead. The same police agency was involved in another shooting that left another innocent woman shot. Man, the very next day. They're psychopaths, man. In both cases, police have not admitted to shooting the victims, but they have not placed the blame on the suspects either. And in both cases, a victim or the victim's family have placed the blame on the police. The first shooting took place Wednesday after Miami-Dade police tried to pull over a man on a scooter for no reason they have not explained. Police said the man began firing his gun at officers, so they had to revert to their training, which eventually means to shoot any living thing in sight in the hopes of striking the suspect. In this case, the suspect was not struck, but an innocent woman was hospitalized with a gunshot wound to her arm. Police are always insinuated that as long as an officer were not shot, then all is good. So if the person shot, it's okay, but if officers were shot, then it's all good. The officers were not hurt, said Miami-Dade police spokesman Alvaro Zambaleta. If this is not the subject, then of course we're very concerned for the individual in the event that he was also struck and is in need of medical attention. When someone in the shooting is shooting at you, obviously they have total disregard of human life. This person is violent and dangerous, so therefore the officer had to revert to his training and do what they did, said Zabaleta, which is, of course, shoot into a crowd of innocent people, or a car of innocent people. Anyway, let's see what happens.
Hey, are you going to be okay?
Is it okay? The full story or my lawyer's present?
Now, this victim in a hospital gown did not want to give any details after she was shot in the shoulder, wounded in a crossfire while inside this red car. It was captured on camera as this officer is seen firing bullets and this man huddles behind a car. It was just before 9 Wednesday night at Northwest 22nd Avenue and 66th Street. Family members tell us how the victim was hurt.
I was the driver.
You were the driver of the car. What happened? What happened to this whole thing?
We was going to get food. We had to duck. God bless us. God had to shield over us. I was fine.
The innocent
We're
bystander.
innocent people.
They innocent going to get food. These are my
And my birthday's today.
And her but they was killed, but they would die.
This could have been more tragic, and we thank God that it wasn't.
Robbery detectives had spotted a man on a scooter and tried to make a stop. He shoots at them.
The detectives returned fire. There is
From
an
the
exchange of
police,
gunfire,
Minneapolis.
and the
Thank you
subject
for
flees
being
on
here.
foot.
No officers are hurt.
Lenny from
Surveillance
West
tape from
Virginia,
another
thank you
nearby
for showing
business
up.
shows a man who
Appreciate
looks
it.
frantic. He runs by with a gun in his hand. You see him approaching this red vehicle. His weapon is gone. He appears to be pleading with the driver. The victim's boyfriend, who is in this car, tells me a stray bullet strikes her while they are in the car. With the door still open, they take off. Then the suspect runs away and jumps over a fence. Police say moments later, the same red car is seen 12 blocks south on 22nd Avenue. That's where police discover the victim had been shot. The victim.
So once again, you know, the cops, with their ignorance, shoot innocent people. All right, now here's another story that just absolutely will sicken you. LAPD cop caught on body cam video fondling a dead woman's breast. You see the kind of deprived people that they hire. You see what they do, people? They hire, the really deprived people, y'all. This is by Carlos Miller. Carlos Miller, y'all. The last story was by Carlos Miller also. The story before that, Carlos Miller. Before that, I've been bad about reading off the names today. I'm sorry. Carlos Miller. And I believe the first one was Nathan Denmark. No, Keith Palmer. All right, so this next video, the LAPD cop, not video, a story. It's Carlos Miller. The Southern California police officer thought the camera had been turned off. A Los Angeles police officer was hoping to copy Phil on the body of a woman who had died. Man, what a sick pervert. So he turned off his body camera and began fondling the dead woman's breast. But the camera has a 2-minute buffer that continues recording once it has been turned off. The LAPD cop was placed on leave once his supervisors reviewed the footage, meaning he is probably still getting paid, of course, for sitting at home. Both police brass and the police union are calling his actions disturbing, indicating he may not receive the usual blue privilege, according to the Los Angeles Times. The incident occurred when the officer and his partner responded to a call about a possible dead woman in a residential unit. Sources said once the two officers determined the woman was dead, one officer returned to the patrol car to retrieve something. During that time, the accused officer turned off his body-worn camera and allegedly fondled the woman's breast, LAPD officials said. Although the officer deactivated the camera, a 2-minute buffer on the device captured the incident. The department is also investigating the officer's work history. I hope so. We immediately launched an administrative investigation once we learned about the incident. Chief spokesman Joshua Rubenstein said, and we assigned the officer to home. He declined to comment further. Well, I mean, he's still getting paid. He should be fired, and maybe if there's some kind of, there should be some kind of legal thing, but maybe not. I don't know. He's probably the first pervert in history to do that. The cop being. Assistant Chief Roberts Arcos called the recording very disturbing. The Los Angeles Police Protective League, the union that represents rank-and-file cops, called the allegations troubling. It's sick, man. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on the story, and we'll see. We'll go from there. Now, I got 2 more stories. This is another video. I'm going to show this real quick. I'm only going to show a piece of it, but y'all go to the Masters report also. This is a good guy. He's another one that brings the news. I'm going to show you the link to his channel. I'm going to use a part of his video, the Masters report. It's got 156,000 subscribers. Masters report. Anyway, this is an awful video where somebody fake called into 911, said that they was being kidnapped, and so the cops go over there and shoot the innocent person. Stop, and shoot the innocent person. So once again, I'm gonna play the main part of the video because Master Report's great, but he's got a lot of commentary, and he puts little captions in there. I'm just going to show you the main part of the video. You can go, if you want to watch the whole 15-minute video, you can go there and watch it.
Moves forward to protect the population at the expense of our personal freedoms and constitutional rights. People across America have discovered their new power, the ability to SWAT their neighbors. Since a 911 call using magic words will send out cops in magic suits to invade your home. If it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, and it looks like a duck, then by God, it's a duck.
It's a terrifying moment as a SWAT team bursts in. But imagine if they've been summoned by a hoaxer. It's called swatting, when someone calls 911 to report a hostage situation, sending a SWAT team racing to the scene.
There were people 5 feet away from me with guns and rifles.
It happened to Mike Stack, a conservative blogger. A SWAT team surrounded Stack's home minutes after receiving this chilling 911 call.
I killed my wife.
You killed your wife? And how did you kill her?
I shot her.
Stack showed our Lisa Guerrero how he was dragged from his home in the middle of the night.
Mike, were you afraid that you could have lost your life that night?
I believe I probably could have lost my life.
Jordan Mathewson is another swatting victim.
Put your hands behind your back.
He was playing a computer game when the SWAT team burst in after a 911 call about a massacre that turned out to be bogus. Miley Cyrus is another victim of swatting. A SWAT team surrounded her LA mansion after a phony call that she was being held hostage.
We checked the residence. There's nobody home. We believe it's a prank call.
Now, in Wichita, Kansas, a father of two was gunned down by a police officer after a bogus 911 call allegedly made by 25-year-old gamer Tyler Barris from his home in Los Angeles, 1,400 miles away.
Tyrant! Walk this way! Walk!
It's what authorities feared would happen, a swatting incident causing the tragic death of an innocent man.
And yet, should they get another call using those magic words, they will enthusiastically invade your home. Perhaps we should go back to the days when you needed evidence and a warrant. A little background about this cop before we get into the video. Just to let you know, Deputy Justin M. Johnson served as a Johnson City law enforcer in 2013.
You're going to see that this cop is very scared. I mean, he goes into a panic attack. Another cop has to take his gun. But while he's still under the panic attack, the other cop gives him his gun back. Anyway, watch the video.
After fanning a fellow cop with his gun, meaning like this, okay, lying to the chief about an affair, and getting into a shoving match with his wife. All right, let me break this down for you quick and easy and before we get into the video. All right, cop gets called from a paramedic. Paramedic says that woman says that Cody and Milanix stole her purse. So cop goes out to investigate, which is one of the landlords, sees someone scurrying around outside of her property, goes out into the field, sees said person pull a gun, doesn't know who it is, turns and runs. Cop, just like any predator, can't resist somebody running. They gotta run him down. So he runs her down, tries to handcuff her. The boyfriend Milanex sees this going on and wants to record the arrest. Okay, sees Cody's head and the paramedic helping him hold the girl down. Okay, sprays the whole neighborhood. 4 minutes later, he has this panic attack.
Mr. Cop.
Give me your gun, sir. Give me your gun. I'm in the ambulance service. Give me your gun. Give me your gun. Let go. Let go. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Shut up. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. I got it. I got it under control. You just calm down, man. Don't move. Easy, buddy. Easy, man. Calm down.
What a coward. Listen at him. What a scare. He's the one that shot the gun. The only one that shot was him. He shot 7 times in the air. And he's so scared. He's panicking.
We got it, man. We got it. It's all in control.
This is who they hired.
Come on! Watch yourself! God, I need you over here now! I got it! Todd, over here now! Easy, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a stressful situation.
Watch him. He's going to give him the gun back. Watch.
You got your back, man. It's okay. Todd, I'm okay.
Well, I believe that it's apparent to everyone that he's mentally unstable at the moment. I want you to notice that he still has his gun.
Keep your hands up. I'm 10-4.
Oh, my God. What a crybaby.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
They never should have gave him that gun back. I'm going to let y'all go to the Master's Report if you want to watch the rest of the video. It's just a few more minutes long, man. I'm going to tell you what, it is a shame. It is a shame what we go through. And last but not least, I mentioned this story the other day about this deep state thug, Attorney General William Barr. I want to let y'all see what he said to the taxpayers who actually pay the cops. Now, I don't know why he thinks cops, protect us. They don't. We need protection from them, but we do pay them. So, no, until we don't have to pay them, we should be able to call on them no matter whether we criticize them or not. But here's what he has to say, okay? As you see, Attorney AG Barr to police. This is what he's saying to police. Citizens who criticize cops should lose police protection. Okay, so that's what this deep state, this is the man who worked for the Bush administration, and everyone knows that 911 was a setup from the Bush administration, yet he did nothing to arrest anyone in the Bush administration. But there's a lot of people, even friends of mine, who say, this is a good man, this is a good man, watch, he's going to, then why hasn't he arrested anyone in the last 2 years? You know, McCabe has been criminally charged 2 years ago, and yet he's not been prosecuted. So anyway, this is not a good man. He is a deep state rat, just like all of them. Republicans, Democrats alike. They're deep state, they're rats. They just there to protect each other. But let me read you the story, because this is crap, and I don't appreciate the taxpayers, you know, the way he's acting towards taxpayers when we're the ones that pay him. We should have a reason. We should be able to criticize them when they deserve to be criticized. Y'all just watched 7 videos or had 7 stories of what goes on with these people. Attorney General William Barr is also calling for zero tolerance against those who resist police. Stop it! Sorry, guys. Those who blindly support police are fond of saying that if we criticize police, then we should not expect police to protect us. Now, those comments are being represented by United States Attorney General William Barr, who believes Americans should treat cops with the same respect as veterans returning from the war, even if it means throwing them a ticker tape parade. Given the fact that police generally show up to a crime after it has been committed and the perpetrators are long gone, even the most arrogant police supporters may find themselves without police protection if they happen to become a victim of a crime. And what good is police protection when those same cops turn on you for exercising your First Amendment rights? Barr made those comments Tuesday at a participation award ceremony in Washington, D.C., where 19 cops from across the county were being recognized for doing their job, according to USA Today. In his speech, Barr compared being in law enforcement to being in the military. Barr said it took decades after the Vietnam War for troops to earn respect. He said he remembers parades as soldiers left for then returned home from the Gulf Wars in 1990s. But when police officers roll out their precinct every morning, there are no crowds along the highway cheering them on. And when you go home at the end of the day, there's no ticker tape parade. Barr said the Americans instead need to focus on the sacrifice and the servant of law enforcement. They have to start showing more than they do the respect and the support of law enforcement deserve, Barr said. And if communities don't give the support and respect, they might find themselves without the police protection they need. Barr did not say what communities he was referring to. However, critics said he felt comments were directed towards communities of color where long-standing issues of trust over police brutality and racial profiling has persisted. Barr's comments were met with criticism. The Justice Department did not immediately respond to Huffington's Post request for clarification on who specifically Barr was referring to when he mentioned communities and what he meant by people finding themselves without police protection. Number one, truly the most protection we need is from the police. You know, we don't need protection because we can't protect ourselves. And like the story just said, and you hear me say on almost every show, cops are cleanup. They're like the maid service. They come after something happens. You know, generally, what's the use in even calling them after your house has been broken into? Generally, they never find the person who broke into your house. You know, every once in a while, there'll be a cop in a situation where he happens to be at the right place at the right time, but that's very seldom that happens. But for this piece of crap to get up there, now you didn't hear him say, well, you know, if you're going to criticize cops, then we're going to let you, you know, we're going to give you, you can be free of income tax because that's what pays the cops. Well, you don't have to pay taxes anymore because, you know, if you're going to criticize cops, you're not going to get the protection. Well, then we shouldn't have to pay the tax. Of course, we shouldn't have to pay income tax anyway because that's unconstitutional. But of course, 9 unelected Supreme Court justices decided to make it constitutional, rewrite the Constitution, rewrite the law, and say that it was allowed because, again, that's what fills their pockets. How do you become a multi-millionaire when you are only making $176,000 a year in Congress? How do you become worth $100 million? Because of all the corruption that goes on around the world. Just like these floods that are going on, just like the fires that are going on. When FEMA kicks in and they get this FEMA, billions of dollars goes to California, billions of dollars goes to Puerto Rico and different places that are hit that we send money to. That's how the money is funneled to all these congressmen and congresswomen, because they have families sitting on the board of all these companies, and the money is illegally taken and funneled to all these different places, and that's how they become so rich. So they're all corrupt. But this man right here sat and let the people who are responsible for killing thousands of people in the United States get away with it. He was there when they let them fly to airplanes and leave. When he let the people who were supposedly helped in the killing of these people, he let the only planes that flew that day was Bush's plane and the plane that let them people leave. Okay. He did nothing about it. This man knows he's got the dirt on it. He did nothing about it. So all my friends out there who think this guy's going to do something good and arrest corruption and all this other thing, it ain't happened. And it hasn't happened in all these years. It ain't going to happen now. So quit relying on this man, this piece of crap, deep state thug, to do anything good, because it ain't going to happen. That being said, all right, y'all, make sure y'all smash that like button if you have not, please. Now that the show is over, I'm going to go ahead and do a little talking to people in chat and promoting some small channels. Chuck Derby, thank you for being here. Let's see, Mindbender, Louie, Lady D, Patricia Walton, Film the Police. Hey, Swamp, can I get the link for that last video you were playing? Yeah, buddy, I'll give you all the links just a minute. Give me just a second. I'll show you which one was you talking about, because of course I don't know exactly which one you was talking about at that time. Derek, Graham's Meth, thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. Sarah, how you doing tonight? I appreciate you showing up. Thank you for being here. You're so awesome. Louis, Oregon Road, Northern Corruption Monitor. We need to pray for Northern Corruption Monitor, y'all. He asked for us to keep them in our prayers. He's the devil's kind of riding on his back right now, and he's trying to work his way out from under the suppression. Please let's pray for Northern Corruption Monitor, y'all. Cindy Duran, thank you for being here. Appreciate you showing up. It's awesome. Yeah, these people are rats, Lady D. You're absolutely right. One Panda, thank you for showing up. Kansas City Bob, James Barnes, Oregon Rogue. I may have said some names twice, and I may have missed somebody. If I did, please let me know. Freedom to Film, thank you for being here. Let's see. All right. So anyway, One Panda Army 477 is still growing, y'all. We need to get him over 1,000 and 4,000 watch hours. Also, Film the Police. Let's see where he's at. He actually needed Film the Police Minneapolis. He was just like about 100 away recently. 892, man. 108. Let's get Film the Police. Go to his channel. Look, he's got videos. He's out there pounding the pavement, guys. So please, let's go to his channel. If you're in my chat and you're not following Film the Police Minneapolis, please go do so. Let's get him that last 108 people, and get him above that. And then the ones that come through chat later and you watch this video, please go there and then look through the live chat and go to anybody that you're not following. Please follow them. Let's get everybody to 1,000. I really appreciate it. Also, I want to give a reminder, and I hate to keep beating this point up, but sometimes everybody needs a little help. Sometimes Oklahoma Community Watch His mother is passing away. She's very ill, and it could be any minute that she passes. He hasn't seen her in 3 years. He's in Oklahoma. She's in California. Where he's got a PayPal on his channel. If y'all have $1, as low as $1, that y'all would mind chipping in, he could get a plane ticket. I've chipped in, and a few other people have. So if anybody don't mind, if you have $1 to go do that, I'd appreciate it. Also, I have a, if you look on my page, I have a High Desert Baby gift fund for High Desert Community Watch. They got a new baby. If you want to chip in $1 there, for the ones of you who know and like High Desert, they got a new baby with the family. So, that being said, no problem, Oklahoma. Man, I'm going to try to get you there, buddy. Best I can. I'm gonna help out the best I can, and I'm gonna keep promoting your channel here. And you know, I just lost my mother recently. We had a few other people that lost their mothers and family members recently. Harry Bonsell is another one, and Sewer Dog. They just lost some people recently in the last couple of months. We've had a lot of issues with people losing family members, and we just want to reach out to everybody and show support. And it ain't no problem, brother. Ain't no problem. I'm glad to help if I can. Louie, I'll be going to Flint, Michigan, y'all. Now I talked to Bubba Chambers today, just to let y'all know. So if everything works out right with his end, now I'm just waiting on him. Now it's on his end, just so y'all know. So he's got the permit. Now he just has to go down there and find out when they're going to shut the power off and all that. And so I'm going to go down there and change out his panel. I did have some other good news today, though. Cost me $600, but so you know the land that I got had a septic tank on it already. And it's been empty for a few years, so we wasn't sure if it was going to be a viable, if it would pass DHEC for me to put my home there, or if I'd have to buy another one. And so I had a company go out there today, and they cleaned it out, tested it, and it's perfect. Matter of fact, it's got a brand new ceramic tank in it. Evidently, they said before, looks like right before they shut the place down, that tank was probably new within a year or two of the place shutting down. So it's perfect, brand new tank. So I got a great septic system, so that's awesome. Also, y'all remember to go to Sewer Dog, the Patriot 420's channel. He's stuck out of his channel where he's lost almost 500 subscribers. He's starting over. I think he's got 100 and something. To the ones who hasn't found him yet, please go there and show him some love. Good night, Mind Bender. What are we having for dinner? Send me some. I hope you have a good night, Mind Bender. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, One Panda, for doing that. Derek is a good guy, really is. He's funny. He goes out there and gives the cops a hard time. He tells them, "Let me check your pockets. You got any drugs in your car?" and stuff like that. He's funny. So you'll like his audits. What? I need to do that, film the police, because I need to save some money. I need to switch to Geico too. See, I told you he's funny. Peace out. Cindy Duran, thank you for being here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a few minutes to say your goodbyes and good nights to everybody. I hope that everybody enjoyed the show. I'm going to say a quick prayer before ending, and so for the ones who want to pray with me, please stick around and do so. For the ones who don't pray, if you want to say goodnight, I'll give you a minute to do that, and I will see you here tomorrow. Same time, 7 p.m., newscast, news blast. I'll have a lot of more stories. A lot more great stories and videos to watch. But go ahead and pray and end the show. Dear Lord, I want to come to you in prayer tonight and just ask once again to bring ease to Oklahoma Community Watch and let him know at this time that he not only has you in his life, Lord, to help out and look for him, but he has people all around the world and country who want to come together and lift him up and show him that there are people who will help and come to his rescue, Lord. And just let him know that we all love him and care about him and are thinking about him and keeping him in our prayers. We also want to ask for comfort for Harry Bonsell in the recent loss in his family, for Mama Nome and Harry Bonsell. And please remember that Kim J is also still battling her fatigue, Lord. We need to get her 100%. And once again, Sewer Dog, Lord, he has bad headaches. We're asking that you please touch him as well, Lord. And please uplift each and every one of my subscribers, watchers, followers, and trolls, Lord. We want to bring this family together in unity. With that being said, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Oh, no signal. All right. For you, Louie, I love you, brother, and I appreciate you loving my channel. Cindy, thank you for that. Oregon, thank you. Amen, and good night to you guys. I hope y'all have a great night, and I will, again, see y'all tomorrow. Now, Saturday, I will be doing my cooking show, so y'all look forward to that. I know I missed it last week. I will not miss it this week. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I was going to make either Filipino lumpia, which is like a egg roll with meat, or I was going to make my homemade chicken salad sandwich. Excellent recipe. So anyway, y'all let me know tomorrow what y'all think. Give me ones if you'd rather see the chicken salad sandwich, or twos if you'd rather see the lumpia. But I can't eat any of it. What? Why not? Oh, you mean you can't eat what I cook, or you can't eat any of that? If you can't eat any of it, period, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can't eat it if I'm cooking it. Two. Alright, two was the lumpia. I got 2 twos for lumpia. Chuck Derby! Got 3 twos for lumpia, 1 for the chicken salad. Uh-oh, looks like the Filipino lumpia is winning. Alright, well, I'll do the Filipino lumpia and Saturday. And if I got time, I may just do them both. But I'll start with the lumpia and we'll go from there. What am I cooking? Oh, Saturday I'll go ahead, since more people said twos, I'll do Filipino lumpia, which is like a Chinese egg roll with a little bit of vegetables, but it has, when you go ask for egg rolls, you got to go, if you want lumpia, you got to go to a Filipino restaurant, because regular Chinese restaurants don't have them. They have cabbage rolls, and I don't really care about that. Hey, Bubba Chambers, I was just talking about you. Good, though. Tomorrow I was going to talk bad, but tonight I was talking good. I'm just playing. Hey, better late than never, brother. Yeah, 2 sounds good to eat. Yeah, now see, with the lumpia, it'll have a little bit of vegetables, but it'll have pork and a little bit of hamburger and some nice spices, and then you put it in a little roll, like a egg roll wrap, and then you cook it, and it's really, really good. But it's better. A lot of people like it with duck sauce. Now, duck sauce is okay, but I like it with sweet and sour sauce myself, to tell you the truth. So, Swamp ship me a few meals, please. Appreciate it. All right, well, if you send me your address, if it ain't too far, and I can really do it, because we can ship food now. You know, we get food shipped all over the world. I've got some lobster from Maine from that show that was on Shark Tank, and believe it or not, I could have got the same tasting lobster here, so and it wasn't that good. John Speedway, what's up, my brother? Thank you for showing up. But if you're close enough and it'll pack and they say it will, I'll cook up some of this stuff and ship it to you. I sure will. I get food from I tried Omaha Steaks. It comes, it's good, but you know, it makes it here, but it's just not the best quality. I mean, it's just not really. I mean, the way they act is their steaks is like second to none, and it's just not. We're still waiting on lobster from Annan. I heard that, Bubba Chambers. I love lobster. Did y'all see my video on the, you can go back in my videos, it says pan fried steak and butter poached lobster tail. I show y'all how to poach a lobster tail in garlic butter and seasoning. It's really good. But yeah, so I was telling everybody, Bubba Chambers, that you're setting it up with getting the power shut off next week. I was going to come down and help you get that power fixed. Steak and lobster. Yeah, I do a perfect cook on a steak, and I got a mean recipe for. I got a couple different kinds. Now, generally, I like strictly salt and pepper, and if you do it right, the flavor of the steak with the salt and pepper is really all you need. But I do a mean Chicago style and New York style rub that I make homemade, and it's really good. So I'll have to show you that. Ocean of Light. We have to make you a mod. We can't have no gray in here. We're a blue channel. Blue is happiness. So you are now a mod with a wrench. You need to go fix some pipes or something. Would love to see the video. All you are doing is talking. I'll go look for it now. Bye bye. Oh, well, all the videos. Yeah, we're at the end of the show, Ocean. So you have to go back and start over. You don't have to leave. You just go to the red line and click over to the beginning, and it'll start playing the video for you. But that's up to you. Glad you came. Tomorrow night at 7. If you want to be here for the beginning of the show. Tomorrow night at 7 Eastern Standard Time. It's 8 o'clock now, so I'll be back tomorrow with a bunch more videos and shows. But at the end, I do talk to my followers, and we hang out a little bit and pray for each other and show support. So please come back if you like. If not, hope you have a good life. All right, that being said, I'm gonna knock off, y'all. I love y'all. I'm humbled by your friendship. I hope God blesses each and every one of you and has a prosperous life. God willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow. God bless and have a great night.